Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to do a quick sketch of Street Fighter's Vega. Vega is going to be portrayed today. It's an upper body pose and sort of a cross-armed pose. So we're going to just lay some framework first. Lay down framework. So shoulders, delts, that much apart will do. That is I guess that will be the chest, right around there somewhere. Collar will be here, and we're going to place the head down in a moment after we decide where we're going to put each one of his components, fighting components, let's say. So arm like that, so curve here for the arm, nice bigger elbow, and a fist going all the way through because we intend to show off those long menacing claws that he wields. And so we're going to put the arm around here. So we brought everything outward a little bit, so circle, curve coming off, and the other arm can be pretty much like it's picturized in the games, tucked right here under this arm. So it's a sort of a cross arm pose, and of course the rest of his torso will be here. There will be some flowing. So it's a sort of an upper body pose. We got some of the lower body in there as well. This is the head. We'll go somewhere here, and let's sketch out the details in the head itself. So Vega mostly wears this mask. For those who are interested in the Street Fighter some design here, design work. So you could randomly put something, but as long as some key things are just put down, like this mask, and then he has all that well kept hair. And we'll finish that off in a second as well. Sometimes he has it in a bunch. Bunch meaning that he does a ponytail. Sometimes it's like flowing freely. So there's like different things we do with this. There's the collar area, neck going into the collar, lats, and then we go on to the delts. So let's lay out the delts right here. Let's lay out the bicep and the tricep here, and go back like so into the forearm. Give him that hand first. Usually he has this plate sort of thing that goes over and joins him with this wrist gauntlet, and this plate actually has these claws coming out. And then of course in the background we're going to put down that arm. Elbows, let's try to make them as parallel as we can, even though one hand is tucked in behind the other, and we can move things around as we go if we see fit. And he has this wristband sort of thing on this other hand. And then of course there's the chest. Really big bullfighting waistband there. So in case I mentioned bullfighting. What that means is that Vega is essentially from Spain. He's a Spanish assassin. At least that is what is portrayed in the games. And I think all the way back in the early 80s he was designed as something different. And what is a case of form following function later came into play, because along with several of the villain characters, so we're talking about the villains, not necessarily the good guys. So along with the villainous characters, Vega was renamed. He was initially named something else, and he was designed as something else as well. So he was like made into he had a more scruffy appearance initially. Not sure if any of that made its way into the games, but that's the way the design was. And along with the three main villainous or antagonists at that time, which was M. Bison, Balrog, and Vega. So along with the other two, he was also named something else, and they were also named differently. So their names were switched around later to better portray them as we know today. So we know them as Balrog and Bison and of course Vega, and this name really suits this character. So what this character is almost emotionless when it comes to trying to kill an opponent. Really likes the sight of blood and all that, so he's shown to be a sadistic, brutal character, but also shown to be a very vain, sometimes naive character who is incensed with his looks. So we're just putting down some straight long blades here. Perhaps this is a little exaggerated, but that's fine. Street Fighter is all about exaggerated muscle structure and appearances. So we're just putting in some core lines that'll make up the sketch. So he is an assassin who was, I think, still does in certain printed media, in certain portrayed media, work for M. Bison as one of the lead assassins. Hasn't really succeeded against a mainstream character. So in one animation, for instance, he was hired to kill Chun-Li, but he could not do it because he was very caught up in his vanity, and if his face got messed up. So he's shown as a pretty boy character who has this finesse about him when it comes to killing his opponents. We're going to put some tones in to finish this off. So Vega has been voted several times as a favorite, let's say, a supporting and a villainous character, because in terms of playability in the game itself, yes, he is very effective, and he could really like go the distance because of the skill set that is afforded to the player who wishes to like use him. But aside from that, when we are talking about the Street Fighter uh, fiction universe, in which the stories are published by different, they're not necessarily all canon, but the characters' traits are pretty much kept in the same layout that they were designed in, and so the character traits remain true pretty much through the different media to how the character behaves and what drives the character. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe, keep in touch, have yourself a wonderful day.